now. Check 1, 2. Everybody, there we go. Welcome. We're back on the Hohner YouTube channel. This is the second episode of the Hohner Live in 2023. Hope 2023 was off to a good start for you. And maybe you already tuned in last week. And I'm super excited about tonight's guest. A living fusion harmonica legend. Please welcome with me, Sebastien Charlier. I want to see a lot of clapping hands. Thank you for joining us.
Hello. Guten Abend.
We already noticed that. I mean, you can speak German pretty well. Your pronunciation is great.
I will try, maybe.
And maybe we can learn some stuff. Maybe if you're tuning in from France, you can also drop some comments in the chat in French so I can read them out loud and learn. But at the same time, we're just gonna answer all of your questions concerning harmonica and music in general, I guess. And yeah, I'm super excited because I told you already, like, I discovered you very early on YouTube playing some crazy stuff that was out of my mind at that point, and that was probably 12 years ago. So, first of all...
I'm very old. That's why.
I feel old now. So, first of all, tell us about you. Like, you're in Paris right now. Is that true? Or where are you located in France?
I live in Blois. It's a center of France. Maybe more center, with a lot of castles.
Oh wow, interesting. But did you spend some time in Paris, or did you teach there or study there at some point?
I lived in Paris maybe 30 years.
Oh yeah.
So I teach. Yes. I had to teach a lot, but now it's completely different. After COVID, I changed my philosophy and way of living. So now I can teach with via Zoom, for example, Skype or something like that. But I must admit that I teach a lot in the past. So sorry for my English. It's awful.
It's wonderful. Like, we can understand everything.
But now I teach maybe 4 lessons per week.
Yeah.
It's very, very enough for me now.
Yeah, I feel you. But
I have to practice a lot. I have a lot of projects, and I try to focus on music. So jazz and fusion.
What kind of students are interested in getting lessons from you? Are they like very advanced players? Do they want to play jazz and fusion too, or do you also teach beginners?
No, all people.
Okay.
So the most important is just to be yourself. So I don't teach jazz or fusion, or I just teach to for people who want to be yourself with themselves with the instrument. So it doesn't matter if they like jazz, blues. It doesn't matter, in fact, because techniques, harmony, and rhythm is the same. So always the same question.
Yeah.
I do my best to help them. And if they like jazz, they want to become the new Coltrane harmonica, okay, let's go. But it's difficult. In any way, it's difficult for us, for everyone.
So if I wasn't a harmonica player, I would think at like your advanced level of playing fusion, you might have played another instrument before you discovered the harmonica. Is that true, or was it your first instrument?
It's my first instrument, but I tried many other soprano, saxophone, guitar, even banjo.
Wow.
But American banjo, but it's in another life. So my first instrument is harmonica, but at the beginning, I didn't discover all the band, all the over band. So I tried with the saxophone to play what I listened. So I tried, but now it's just harmonica. Because we are up us, so.
Now I also I absolutely love the soprano saxophone, but what made you prefer the harmonica then?
Maybe it's not for the sound because soprano is incredible, but I think that when I begin at the beginning, I think I saw that maybe there would be an option to become professional musician if I took harmonica instead of soprano saxophone.
Yeah.
Because there is very few players, harmonica players who play jazz. And so maybe it was a tactic. I don't know. I think it depends of all the musicians you meet. When I meet the violinist Lydian Lockwood, he talked to me that it would be nice to record a CD with harmony, only harmony, not soprano or mixed, but just diatonic harmony. So I follow his advice. Now I just.
Okay, so did it take you some time to get to jazz, or was it always your plan to play jazz on the harmonica?
Yes, it was my plan.
That's incredible.
I don't know if it's incredible, but I'm a big fan of fusion. That's fusion from the beginning. And I played with some musicians at school who already played jazz, but I I couldn't play with this diatonic, and it. I think I would ridiculous, but they trust me, they help me, so I follow the line.
But why the diatonic harmonica then, and not the chromatic?
It's a good question, but I think it's completely different. My first harmonica was chromatic.
Okay.
And 6 months after my first step, I discovered diatonic. I was totally and completely fell in love with this instrument.
That's crazy. That's an interesting journey.
Yeah, it's just hazard. What can I say like that, about that? I think I discovered alone all the band and the over band because at this time it wasn't possible to listen someone who played this band or other band. Sure, I listen some harmonica player who bends not, but not over band, not. So I think we can discover the same thing in different space and time. So I know that many harmonica players played over band in the past. Not only awardly, but other, even Sugar Blue or many others.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't know. So I just try to play what I wanted to play. So it just like that.
Wow. And nowadays you do play, from what I know, mostly the Lydian tuned diatonics, right?
Lady sorry, I didn't understand. Lady Diatonic?
Oh, the Lydian tuned ones, or like the country tuned instruments.
Okay. You would like that I play the country tune now?
I mean, everybody wants to hear some playing, of course.
No.
I mean, for the people who don't know, like on the country tuned harmonica, the 5/0 draw on the regular Richter tuned harmonica is just like tuned up a half stop.
Yes, sorry, I didn't understood that you're talking about Lydian.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yes, it's always country tuned for me, always. But if someone paying me very very nice job, maybe I try to play on a normal.
Yeah.
But now no, it's only Lydian.
Wow.
Lydian.
So, did you get into that later on? And what was the reason for you to?
Yeah. The reason is very very simple. I would like to have a medium octave symmetric. So you have one tone in each note. On the fourth, you have C, D. On 5, you have E, F sharp, and 6, you have G, A. So it's symmetry. If you have D major, C major, and if you bend, you have C sharp major or D flat major.
Oh yeah.
So it's for me it's easier to play on this kind of tuning because I just use one position of mode to play the chromatic scale. It's only one position of tone. So if I have to play at this octave, I think it's more easy than normal with the standard.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, kind of makes sense. Definitely.
It depends of your what you want to play. If you always play in G minor or D minor, I understand that you can take a normal Richter standard.
Yeah.
But even in G minor, I think Lydian is a good choice because
True.
F sharp you have to bend, so you have another sound. No. You can modulate maybe more. So I think it, but it's just a bit.
Yeah, it seems to be. I mean, for like a jazzier point of view, playing in second position, melodic minor would be nice, you know.
Yes, sure. But you already know that, sure, that in jazz, position is a nonsense.
Exactly.
Modulations are very, very. There is several modulation each time. So if you say you play in this position after you play in this position, okay, but sometimes you play just a licks. There is no position for this licks because nobody say that if you play in D Lydian flat 6, which position is?
Yeah, very
I
true.
don't know. Which position? I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah. So how do you think about the harmonica, like, let's say visually then? Like, do you have some sort of a visualization going on of the layout of the notes?
Yes, it's a good question. Maybe at the beginning, I had a saxophone soprano in my head, but now.
So like actual fingerings?
Yeah.
Okay.
But now I think I just try to play what I can listen, and if I listen nothing, I don't play, and I try to hear something and to play this immediately. So I practice a lot to do that because it's very difficult. But if I have an idea, I try to just to find to visualize, to have a good visualization of the lick without practice, just mental.
Yeah.
With, and after I can take harmonica to verify if I didn't commit mistake, something like that. But I think now some sound, maybe not every sound, but it's fixed. For me, it's I know that the sound of 6 row.
Oh yeah.
It's maybe not all, but when you play, you can use your relative here, and I think some sound are correct in my head. So it's more easy now, but at the beginning it was very helpful. A lot of practice. I practice every day, maybe 10 years, because I didn't I wasn't able to hear exactly, so I had to, like an habitus.
Yeah. So what was your practice routine like? Like, how many hours did you sometimes get in per day?
There is many things to practice always. You have arpeggio, you have disposition, you have colors, diatonic, hexatonic, bebop scale. You have many things to do, and you have to work the sound, or to work to be smooth. In each part,
Exactly. Yeah.
you have to articulate at the low octave. It's very important because if you always play a slide at the lower octave, a lot of tune. You can't play a lot of tune.
Yeah.
So
That's actually something I wanted to ask you about, because I remember these amazing sound samples you had on your website, and there was one where you articulated the 3-hole draw bends.
yes.
And
Yes,
I had
remember.
never heard like somebody else articulating it that fast.
I think you're talking about this exercise. This one.
Exactly.
Yes, it's a yes, it's a hard work, but I think it's very helpful to be you will never it's not necessary to play at this speed, but if you can do that when it's slow tempo, you have to articulate a beautiful melody. I think it's helpful.
Yeah. So is that just like tongue articulation but very fast?
Yeah, because for me, a band or some bands need a special position of tone, and with just four positions of tone, you can play everything. Maybe not everything, but every note. After you have a multi-over band, but just for the first overblow on every band. Same thing because band is overblow, but just 4 positions of tone. It's enough. So with for example, between 1 or 4, if you use yes position maybe more not on your back, very I don't know, to play you with just up 1 position you can play C sharp, F, and G sharp.
Oh yeah.
So it's not really difficult to play in C sharp on a C harmonica, because you just need to know this position. So and it's the same for it's not the same position, but it's the same example in between 4 and 6. So 1 position, second.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So it's not really difficult if you use just a few positions of tone. But if each band you have a new position of tone or new way of playing this note, it's torture. So in this case, I had to play chromatic.
Yeah.
Diatonic, but diatonic is more simple as we could imagine.
That's interesting. I gotta think about this. Maybe I'm torturing myself with like many different, just like thinking about these, like all the bands differently. But of course, like there might be very strong similarities between like the tongue positions, so I could just like unify them.
Yeah. You will tell me, but I think you can unify, and it's very, very useful. But maybe you already do that.
Yeah, and it's interesting because what you say is like it sounds very similar to what Ottavio Castro said in the interview we did, because he was only talking about like compressed and non-compressed notes. Like that's his way of thinking.
It's the same. I think it's the same.
Yeah.
And you have some another position for overdraw on the low bend, but it's the same. So you can play in C sharp major, the upper octave too, with just one position of tone. I hope. Yes, it's possible. And
oh yeah, you were also using the 8-hole overdraw there, right? That's a note not too many people use, you know?
I didn't know.
Yeah.
It's just a note. Just a note. I prefer, sometimes I prefer the sound of F in 8 instead of F in 9. So,
yeah.
And the same for the G in 5 low, overblow, because it's a Lydian. So
exactly, that's an option for you.
Yes, instead of 6, because you can rise up the overband. So it depends of the key, but it could be nice to have overband, multi-overband, if you want to have a bluesy sound.
It is. Because like just the 6-hole blow alone, it's just like a blow note. You can't like do too much to it, you know? What can you do, you know? You can do that stuff on the overblow.
So voilà, it's some trick.
Yeah. And I mean, you can also make use of the chordal possibilities. And you, for example, on the country tuned harmonica would have, instead of that famous blues chord, you would have the major 7th chord. Can you play that for the audience?
You're talking about D major or G?
Or just the G major 7. Can you play that for the audience so they can hear the difference? Yeah.
Sure, it's different, but I can't play your chord.
That's true. So yeah, if you get a country tuned harmonica, it will be hard to end the tune on.
Yes.
But you do have some other options.
You're right, but you can play the tree at the upper of that.
Yeah.
So, and if I have to play that, I think that I have to ask myself why I have to do that. Because there is so many other possibilities.
Yeah.
Instead of this trick. So it's not a problem. But if I have to play a G7 chord, sure, I can't. So I change harmonica. But in jazz, there is a pianist, there's a guitarist, and they can play the chord. I don't have to play all the chord of tune.
Yeah. But I mean, that would be fantastic to hear. You did that during our sound check. Some of the air blocking techniques that you also had on your website. And I heard like the few sounds you gave me during the sound check, they also made use of your tuning, basically, like the kind of the Lydian flavor, right? Can you tell us about the air blocking exploration?
Yes. Air blocking, yes. You already know the concept.
Yeah, I do, but people out there might not know.
I will take a low F because it's very, very easy to begin air blocking with a low harmonica. Reeds are more reeds are more long, and it's I think it's easier with this. So you have to play with an harmonica without hole on the left, on the right, because the air must be in your hand.
Yeah.
Yes, in your pocket.
Yeah, so you can definitely don't do it with a marine band. It's not possible.
But with a special 20, it's possible.
Yeah.
Yes. And my first air block was on a special 20. It was I think it's very easy to play the G chord, and you are very compact, and you can hear maybe a 9 or 10 blow, just because
Yeah.
you compress, so you return of the blow. So after I try to choose the sound I want to play. So for example, I play F on 4 with the low F, and I try to play the G on 1. So G on 1 is draw, but I blow.
Oh yeah.
If you combine, you mix with tone block.
Oh yeah.
But usually you can do. I can do something like that.
That's incredible.
For world music, it's you know.
I don't remember the piece, but you definitely have like some of that stuff out there that is just like, how should I say, like ambient. There's like one kind of ambient harmonica only thing, right?
Yes. I don't. Yeah. You're right. And at the end of Precious Time,
Okay.
I did that. Yes, you're right.
Wow, you
And
can't believe how many times I did listen to Precious Time a few years ago, you know?
sorry, sorry for that.
And I mean, I just like tried some of the stuff, but I never like took the air blocking seriously. But it also like it sounds different on the Richter tuned, some of the chords. So
Yes, but you can do that even in blues, because when you play, I took it's like a golden melody. You don't have. You can play instead of a simple C. You can play a C bass D. So you play G. You can use this kind of chord even in blues, but maybe it's more melodic with a country tune,
Yeah.
or maybe melody maker or paddy. We have to try in minor anyway. But the chord you obtained, it's not possible without this technique. So you need another harmonica player to play with you.
Yeah.
So instead of that, you play. If you want to play on fourth, but there is many possibilities. I'm just beginner in this way of playing, but I will.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's so many ideas. And of course, like on the C harmonica, like the D chord is a problem, you know? Like you get the blues and everybody's you can play the two chords, but like what are you gonna do on the D chord, you know? And people are always like just playing the root note and that's it, right?
It's the first step.
I do remember the C major 7 chord, like playing 1 2 3 blow, and then air blocking, and then like playing the 7-hole draw, right? I don't know if I can do that. I can try.
Yeah.
Let me give it a shot. That was 6-hole draw. Quiet.
Because of your finger.
That's better.
Yeah, it's good.
And my hands are so small. But there are like so many special sounds to be achieved with it. Yeah, I love it.
Yes, but on stage it's difficult because you have to use a microphone with in your hand.
Yeah.
Not a normal microphone. So maybe a microphone here or on the stand just in front of you. But usually I play with a SM microphone 5.8, and so it's difficult to block.
So usually if you're on stage, you're holding the microphone in your hands?
Yeah.
Okay.
Always. Maybe,
does that make a difference for you? Because like if you're practicing, you're usually practicing without the microphone, right?
Yes, you're right. But I try to keep the same position. For me, the microphone is not a difference because I take the microphone in position where I always play like that.
Okay.
Even if I'm so it's not a difference. And sometimes, sometimes I have to admit that I practice with microphone.
Oh yeah, that's good. I should do that.
Yeah, sure.
I never do, but like it would make sense.
Yeah, because on stage it's with microphone, so
yeah.
You have to do this.
I mean, right now when I play like classical, it's just like in a stand that I can play freely. But sometimes if it's like the older gigs with my jazz quartet, I like to use the microphone in my hands, and then it's a different feel.
Sure. Well, maybe for acoustic blues on classic, it's cool to be in front of microphone. But in jazz or in fusion, for me,
it's also like better to compete with a loud band, you know.
Exactly.
So I'm super interested then in you moving around on the harmonica, because with or without the microphone there are like different options, right? Of like, you could move your hands, you could move your head. What do? Do you use the lower jaw too?
No, I only move my head.
Okay.
My hands are uncompact. I'm always at the same position with my hand, and I go to the note. I want to find the note. It's
wow. Because like for me it's like so different. I use both, I guess, and I sometimes like I tilt the harmonica too, to like narrow the distance basically between holds. And then I also use the lower jaw too.
No, I think all is possible, but for me, for my psyche, it's easy. I have to find my hold. It's like it's like. No, I never use maybe I use that with air blocking, because you can change the note just with you in this part. But when I play in single note, no, I always use my just I move my.
Let's check out the chat. What kind of tuning does the teacher Sebastian use? We talked about the tuning, the country tuning.
Yes.
Can a clip microphone be attached to a ring on a finger? Yeah, why not, right?
Yes, it's good. For air blocking, it's perfect.
Nice, definitely, yeah. So, what would you tell other harmonica players? Do you tell your students you should play a country-tuned harmonica, or?
For what?
Oh, you think it depends on what they want to play? Or would you recommend your students to play the country harmonica just as you?
No, I don't recommend that.
Okay.
With in the time, it depends on the progress, but some user want to try country Lydian, because it's Lydian scale. Maybe Charlie McCoy says it's country, but for me it's just Lydian.
Exactly.
Lydian.
Yeah, I mean it's like, but also like harmonica manufacturers are calling it country tuning, you know.
I can understand, but I prefer Lydian. And yes, some player ask me to. Do you think I can try Lydian? Sure, you can. But be careful, because if you try, never go back.
I can somehow understand. You know, like I never really read the book, but there's this book about the Lydian scale, like the Lydian chromatic concept, right?
Yes.
So yeah. And also just like the most simple thing, if you stack up fifths all the time, like you'll get a Lydian sound. And not the avoid note F.
No.
Yeah, it's something interesting to check out for harmonica players. In general, the Lydian sound, like there are not too many harmonica players aware of the Lydian sound in general. Can you play us some Lydian stuff?
Sure. A simple melody, but legendary melody. But when you see Yoda, Master Yoda.
Let me show you. It's cropped off, but I'm gonna show Yoda. There he is.
So each time you can see him in Star Wars, you can. It's Lydian.
Yeah.
This part is Lydian. After it's different, but it's Lydian because Lydian is epic. Is always the sun after the sun. It's so
There's so much film music out there using the Lydian mode. Yeah.
But in blues, it's difficult to apply this kind of color. But there is many other music where you can play in Lydian. That's
Oh,
true.
you know, the one example I always give is like from it's the Zelda thing. It's like Ocarina of Times or something. That's a nice melody.
Yeah, sure. But it's not blues.
Not at all. Jamie is asking, what's your favorite key for blues?
I don't know.
But it might be interesting because you got more options to play blues in, you know, like let's say like your playing in E minor is nice for you.
Yeah.
On a C?
I know, but I try to think about a key that I dislike.
I can tell you one. I don't like playing in B on the C harmonica.
B?
Yeah.
B major or B blues or B?
Oh, B major, yeah.
B major. I think B major is. It's difficult, but it's good. It's good.
It's better for you. You got the fifth. You got the fifth available, yeah.
Yes, I didn't remember. Sorry. Yes, sure. In blues, I like everything, but D, G, E, A, F sharp, C, B, C sharp is good. Maybe E flat is more straight, or it's more difficult. But for the other, I think it's cool. But it's completely different to play on minor 7 in jazz and play blues. It's different because in jazz you will play Arpeggio, Dorian scale, and many other things, Bebop, minor.
True.
But in blues, if you want to have a sound, to feel something in blues, maybe I understand that many players are talking about position because maybe they want to have chord, they want to have some cluster to play so something like that.
Yeah.
When you play in F sharp, you have no chord, but you can I changed, but I think you have many things to tell in F sharp or in any case, but sure you don't have chords.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, F sharp is nice. I mean, like the double stops, they sound like they sound kind of squished, you know.
Yes, and on a Lydian, you can have some maybe not chord, but some as you play.
Yeah.
Some cluster.
just like trying to get used to the key.
Yeah,
That's
it's
like
possible.
the limited stuff, you know?
Yes, it's cool, but it's kind of aggressive.
Yeah.
But it's nice to be able to play that. Sure. But I have to admit that I don't play blues a lot
Yeah.
because I jazz. So sometimes you play blues in jazz, but blues in jazz it's not exactly a blues, Louisiana blues or Memphis blues. Or it's not. Not like that. So it's because I play jazz, but if I have to play blues, it was the case a few years ago with Keith B. Brown. He played. He was a guitarist singer. He played when he was when he well, anyway. When he played in USA, he played with Jason Rich, and in France, he chose several harmonica players, and I had to play with him maybe 4 years. And at the beginning, he asked me to play in position because he knows what the concept.
Yeah.
So this one is second position cross up. This one is double cross up. This one is. I said, what do you mean? I play what I want to play. I don't. You have to listen, Sonny Boy. You have to listen little. Okay, I think it's okay, but and the first concert, the first gig I played cross up, double cross up, because I need money, so I accept to play like that. And with time, with he began to appreciate the other way of playing.
Oh yeah.
With E minor, maybe F sharp major, minor, something like that, A minor, and so at the end, I think that I was free to play exactly what I want.
Okay.
But at the beginning, it was very difficult for me.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I believe. Richard asks, what are the best country-tuned, let's rephrase that, Lydian-tuned harps you can play right out of the box? Like, what would you recommend for people out there if they want to get a Lydian-tuned harmonica? What to buy?
No, it's not possible. It's not possible to buy a Lydian tuning in not in Hohner.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Do they produce the special 20 in the?
It's over.
Is it discontinued?
Yes, I think so.
Wow.
In France, it's over. But
okay.
Maybe you can have one in Germany or not. But
Let me Google. Mundharmonica country. Yeah, you seem to get a special 20 in country tuning in Germany.
Mm-hmm. You're lucky.
Yeah. I'm buying one right now.
And so you can choose what you want, because you have to rise yourself. You have to do the setting.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe you can you can buy the model you prefer, and you ask someone to do that, or you have to learn how to set to raise a file.
Yeah. So do you do that yourself? Like, tell us about the instruments you play.
It's not difficult. It's long. It's a long time, but if you want to be precise, it's a long time, but a few minutes. That after you are ready to play.
Yeah. Like, do you set up your own instruments, and what kind of instruments do you play?
I do the setup always. I play. It's a broader harmonica, but it's Hohner inside.
Okay.
Always on inside. Sometimes it's like this one, and I do the setup each time. I have, and sometimes I play Arca. It's a French brand. It's Hohner inside because it's a signature, and it's a crossover inside.
Okay.
And the comb or the concept to block the reed is from Arca. So it's very, very, very nice. And in this kind of harmonica, you don't have to do EV set. It's already done. So it's very nice, and it's always Hohner inside. So it's good.
Yeah. So if you set up your own harmonicas, like, what do you do to the reeds? Like, what are the techniques you use to make the overblows sound, sound cleaner?
The gap is the most important for me. The gap. And the gap, because I don't use arsing or the other one, arsing, embossing. I never have to do that because I play on air. And
Okay.
on-air reeds are incredible.
So you only do gapping?
Yes, only if I have to play on a Suzuki or on Seidel or Bombo or something like that. I would have to use arsing or maybe not arsing, but maybe embossing.
Yeah.
On Seidel, because the reed needs that. But on air, it's never useful for me. So I do the gap. Sometimes I had to cut some not varnish. I don't know in English, to block the reed. And that's all.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's good. Yeah, I mean, I do play customized instruments. I don't set them up myself, but if I would, and sometimes I do still adjust the gap of these, but because like sometimes on stage you notice, oh yeah, that's a little too much or something.
Yes, it's difficult to find the good setup, but if you with your technique, because you have a wonderful technique, so you don't have to have a special gapping or just a simple gap. It's comfortable because you have the techniques. If you don't have the techniques, you have more embossing, arsing, gapping, everything. Because you can't play, so it's difficult to have the note. But if you can play the note, all the notes, the setup is very easy.
Yeah.
On air, it's true. For the other, I don't know.
Gee, can I ask about microphones? Yeah, we did talk about the microphone. Is there any other microphones you like to use besides the SM58?
Just 58.
Also in the studio?
It's different.
Okay.
In studio, I took a Neumann U87.
Yeah. Okay. Bruno is asking, is Sebastian playing his Bebop on a special tuned harp? You do play Bebop, right? Yeah.
Yes, sure.
And
I hope so.
it's kind of a special tuned harp. I mean, one note difference. Can you play as a Bebop hat?
Some Bebop in E-7, maybe.
Okay.
Or I can transpose. E for the beginning, D minor, maybe you can transpose each time if you want.
So what would you recommend for people out there who are playing blues and they are now like, wow, that's amazing. I want to start to play more jazz and fusion. Like, what's the next step to practice?
Okay. Yeah. If you play blues, I suppose that you already know pentatonic, minor pentatonic, or blues scale. I hope so.
Hopefully, please.
Maybe the first step to have another approach, a way of playing blues, is to follow the chord. If you follow the chord, you won't you won't play only blues scale or pentatonic minor, because if you follow the chord, you see immediately that you have to change something in your playing. But if you want to go on, maybe play a minor blues, like Footprints, for example, or more modern, maybe Wayne Song from Kenny Garrett. There is only 3 chords, but it's a minor blues, and you will see that Dorian scale, other colors are very useful. Dorian scale, Bebop minor maybe, pentatonic, alter scale, many other colors possible. So you will try to experiment several colors, and you I think if you can listen before playing, it's very, very important. Just listen, maybe sing if you want to sing something, and after you play, you try to play what you sing.
Yeah.
On the minor blues, I think it's a good choice. It's not really difficult, and you can feel the different color, and it's introspective because it's minor. So maybe it's easier than a major blues,
Yeah.
something. So maybe footprints, it's in C minor, but you can, if you prefer, you take a B flat, play in C minor. It's not difficult. And after maybe you will play footprints in C, etc. But I think minor blues it's a good school.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. You can't make too many mistakes, and at the same time you get like more options and start to explore like all the all the modes.
Yes.
Um
There is no wrong note, but sometimes the pitch is not correct, but there is no
true. That's true. Julien is asking, what about effects? What's your setup for like the fusion stuff?
You talking about
Yeah, I think Julien is asking about the guitar pedals.
Yes. Okay. I always use the same. So I have an overdrive, fuse, but I will explain why I'm using fuse. Octave, yes, 1 octave lower. Delay, reverb, equalization, and sometimes OG or whammy for special pitch effect.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm using a diaphragm or something like that. And for the fuse, I'm using a fuse because it's to enhance the octave. Because the octave, when you play 1 octave lower, it's not very precise. So with the fuse, you have a brilliance, you have more harmonics.
Oh yeah, true.
It's light, just a light fuse, but it's very, very helpful.
Yeah.
So it's not in the right order, but it's all the thing I'm using.
Okay.
And sometimes for each for some tunes you can use other things, sure, but the bunch of effects in general is
David asks, we did talk about this already. People are always asking questions we did talk about already. Could Sebastian explain what is exactly the so-called air blocking technique? But maybe you didn't explain.
You know, when you if you take an harmonica in the wrong side, you can have some cluster of some chord.
Yeah.
So the idea is to return the air on the back of your harmonica. So if I blow on my harmonica and if all is closed, the air go back home. Ooh. Because there is no possibility for the air to evacuate somewhere. So it's but you have to choose exactly you have to block some hole because you have to choose you play the C major 7.
Yeah.
So you
So what I did was like putting my thumb on 8, 9, and 10.
Exactly.
And then just like holding the harmonica against my head, so only whole 7 drawer can sound.
Exactly. So it's very easy if you can close very hard. And after.
So yeah, David, your cupping has to be
exactly. And after you move your finger, or maybe your bar, to choose what sound you want to play. It's very, very funny. Very funny.
Yeah. Awesome, yeah. Definitely. I hope that helps. Try to experiment with it. So, well, what's up next in your life as a harmonica player? Are you playing some concerts, or what's your next musical project?
I try to finish the trilogy, because Precious Time is a trilogy, and Precious Time is at 1, Precious Time 2.0 low. It's done, but for the third, I have to work. I have to practice more and more, because it's more and more difficult to play. Because when with the experience, you listen, you can listen new ideas, new way of playing. So you're like a sponge, you know. So if you listen Michael Brecker or Dan Holdsworth, Pat Metheny, and many others, you know that you have to practice.
Yeah. So how much do you practice nowadays?
I can't count, but sometimes I'm just comfortable in my chair, and I just thinking about music, but I don't play.
Yeah. Okay.
Just about music, and sometimes I practice. I can't count. Maybe 8 years. I don't know. 8 hours. 8 years. Maybe 8 hours per day. But sometimes nothing. Sometimes I can't. I don't know. So it depends. Now I know that I have to practice, so I practice a lot for this project to finish the trilogy, because it's like testimony.
Yeah.
For me. And I have to play with a pianist named Remy Poulon. He's incredible, and we play in duo or in quintet. His music, it's a mix of it's a jazz, but there is a Brazilian influence, maybe sometimes classical influence. So it's very, very cool, and I have a lot of pedagogy to write, because it's my way. I think that if I want to convince that it's possible to play harmonica with our own way of playing, I have to write pedagogy.
Yeah.
I do that.
David asks, is the trilogy CD idea coming from Star Wars?
Yes. Yes, because at the beginning there is only 3 episodes.
Yeah.
So, sure.
So what's the best place for people to check out your music and get your CDs?
Maybe you can begin with a website. There is a lot of example on YouTube, on the website exclusively, because I have no YouTube channel, so sometimes I just post on Facebook or Insta or on my website. And if you prefer acoustic, jazz acoustic, or the sound of harmonica you can recognize, I don't recommend Precious Time, because Precious Time, it's a mix between acoustic and electric violin or electric something like that. But you have Diatonic Revelation, you have CDs of Remy Toulon, where I play only acoustic. There is a duo with a guitarist, Yvan Knort, where I play just acoustic and sometimes with air blocking. Yes, if you like my way of playing in fusion, you have Precious Time 1 and 2. Maybe it's a good choice to begin with the same 1, and maybe acoustic playing and jazz. There is many CDs, so I don't know. But Diatonic Revelation was my first. It was fresh for me. I prefer when I play with Toulon, but it was cool to play with jazzman, Didier, Lacaud, Benoît Souris.
Yeah.
It was cool, but it was in another life now. In Precious Time 1, you have Alain Caron on bass, on the bass. Alain Caron, legendary bassist of UZ. And in Precious Time 2, you have Dominique Piazza, who played with John McLaughlin, many others. So I'm very lucky to play too. I was lucky to play with them. So for the next, I don't know, but work in progress.
So everybody, you can check out the description box below the live stream. You got all the links to the social media and Sebastian's website. You can listen to stuff there. You can check out the shop where you can get everything. T-shirts, harmonicas, and the CDs and other goodies. And Julien is also asking if there's like a book or like some teaching material. What would be the best thing to get?
Yes. Yes, there are many books, but if you want to perform your band, overband, if you want to improve your techniques, I think that there is a book named le guide des altérations, le guide complet des altérations. It's in French, but I think you will see exactly what is the position of your tone to play this note or this note, this note.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool, very helpful.
Wow, yeah, I just copied the link to the chat, Julien, so you can check it out. Jamie, I got into blues up from a great London band, 9 Below Zero, 30 years ago, and they are still going strong. Mark Felton has been a constant source of inspiration. Who are yours? Who are your main sources of inspiration?
Yes, I think Alan Holdsworth is my master for forever. Sure, he was a guitarist. Sure, it's not an harmonicist, but for me, his universe, his harmony, his way of playing, it's great inspiration.
Yeah.
there is so many harmonica players who are. Each time I meet them, I'm very happy to hear I think that I can appreciate their way of playing, even if it's not mine, but
Yeah.
it's it's perfect for me. We have to be yourself. I don't want to be a copycat. I just want to play what I can listen. So it's there is too many musicians to choose one.
That's true.
But I have to admit that that some musicians are very, very like light in the night.
Yeah.
Alan, of course, is one of them.
Yeah, Jamie didn't get that. We're talking about Alan Holdsworth.
With who?
Yeah, he didn't get the name, Jamie. Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm also a huge fan. I mean, I could listen to a lot of stuff. I love so many pieces.
Yeah,
Like the whole album, like Devil Take the Hindmost. I love that album. And wow, like some compositions like Tokyo Nights.
It's incredible.
It's beautiful stuff.
And I try some cover of Alan Holdsworth. You can.
Oh yes, that's something to check out.
Respectfully, I tried, but it's very, very difficult. But it's good for. It's a gain of experience. Even if I commit mistakes, I try.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't hear any mistake. Well, I think if you're out there listening, like check out the website. You got all the videos up there. Yeah.
I hope so.
Wonderful. Yeah, thank you so much for having the time to do this.
Dankeschön.
That was awesome. So
it was cool to be here.
It was great meeting you after such a long time online, at least online. Hopefully in person soon. Are you like sometimes visiting some of the harmonica festivals? Did you ever visit a harmonica festival?
Oof. Last time it was maybe 15 years ago.
Okay.
The last harmonica festival, I think. No, it's I have no occasion to play in this festival, but why not? But
when's the next Hohner World Harmonica Festival happening?
I don't know.
Me neither. I gotta check. There's also a new festival organized by Marko Jovanovic, who's in Berlin, and he founded a harmonica school. And they just did the first festival this year, I guess. Last year, 2022. And they want to do it like every 2 years. So yeah. And the last World Harmonica Festival, that was in 21, but that was online. So I'm sure the next one is going to be in person, but it's like, is it every 3 or 4 years? The World Harmonica Festival. I'm not sure. But yeah. Yeah, I'm going to tell Marco in Berlin to invite you to their harmonica festival.
It'd be nice.
Because that's like the other German one I know. Yeah.
We will find an occasion to meet in person.
I'm very sure. And I gotta throw out a little ad here because we have a harmonica challenge coming up on Sunday, with Sarah Saputri. She's our special guest and jury member. She's from Indonesia, and the topic is soul harmonica. So I uploaded some backing tracks to the Discord server, and we're looking forward to your submissions. Yeah, everything that's soul-y. I saw somebody uploaded Georgia on My Mind, which is bluesy. Soul-y. It's bluesy too. But we don't want to hear 12-bar blues. No 12-bar blues allowed this time.
Okay.
So yeah.
I will check.
We always do these challenges every month. I'm not sure if we can do a fusion challenge at some point. It would be a very advanced topic. I'm not sure if there will be.
I think it doesn't matter of techniques. It's just if you want. If you want to.
Yeah. Could be a fusion one chord jam, you know? So yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for taking the time. Have a great evening.
Next time.
See you. Bye-bye.